Hi, it's Debbie, Weight Loss Buddy. I'm here with several updates and some photos that I'm going to attach to this update. My big update, I was going to wait until this was totally finalized, but what the heck, it's close enough. And of course, you'll know I'll clue you in if there's anything more to know. Plastic surgery saga. Quick recap. I went to 4 different consultations. The first one's here in Anchorage that I eliminated her because I didn't really feel very good about it. And then I heard quite a few negative things about her, actually. I then went to see a specialist in South Carolina. Loved him, but the office people just worked too slow and they didn't submit the insurance application. I called the insurance company, and a person on the phone recommended a person here in Anchorage, and I made a consultation visit with him, and I really liked him and felt very confident. The insurance, when they actually sent me the approval, though, approved it for someone else in Wasilla, which is another town away, where Sarah Palin lives, if you remember all that. I went to see him too, and I liked him very, very much. So I did ask the insurance company to approve for the Anchorage person instead. However, I based the decision largely upon the other person's 40 miles away, and even though he had it approved for me to stay overnight in a hospital, 40 miles is a long way to drive day after big surgery. And this person's down the road about 2 miles. The other thing is that the person here in Anchorage actually does more procedures. He does the throat tightening thing. And he has someone in his office that's supposed to be very good at lower body lifts and things like that. So I felt like I could have a longer relationship. Um, as far as the insurance items go, though, all 3 of these people ended up filing pretty much in the same week. The person in Wasilla, I had actually asked them not to file, that I still, if I was going to go with them, needed to get a letter from my primary care. He had said he would write me a letter of support, and I needed to get that. But they went in and filed right away. Then the next day, out of the blue, the South Carolina person actually filed. Um, and the insurance ignored it because it was then considered double filing. A few days later, finally, the person here in Anchorage filed, and I had given that person the letter from primary care, which the insurance ignored and just returned because, again, it's kind of, I guess, who got there first. Um, so long short of it, they approved for me to have the penniculectomy, which is a skin removal part, um, and not the abdominoplasty part, which they said they considered cosmetic. At first, they'd give me a letter saying they just didn't have enough information to make a determination, and before I could even get the letter to them, they just went ahead and denied it. So I did write in an appeal, and I included in there the information from my primary care physician who was supporting abdominoplasty and reasons why I would need that, as well as the information, the evaluation, and collection of data from the Anchorage surgeon. So I've put all that together, and they are reviewing that. Um, I did go ahead and make a surgery date July 12th, which is as soon as I could get in. And if my appeal is not successful, then we worked out a deal. I would pay them $2,000 out of my pocket. Considering they're charging $10,000 for this operation, I 2,000 I didn't think was unreasonable. But I do hope I can win my appeal, of course, because I'd like to use that money towards other items. I've actually talked to my primary care as well as my bariatric surgeon, and they're both willing to, after this is through, write letters of support for a breast reduction and raculectomy, the bat wing thing. So, kind of my loose plan at this point is to get through this summer with the tummy tuck, and then actually in the beginning of December, when I move off for winter break from school, to work on the upper body part. And then maybe spring break I'll fit in a little gobble gobble remover, because that's actually, of all the things, probably bothers me the most of it. So that's kind of my update. The other thing I wanted to talk about is goals at goal, I call it, kind of what are the things I wanted to accomplish. Um, And of course, I've already talked about weight. I mean, I want to keep under 145 because that puts me quote normal. Continue with the kind of the exercises I like to do, which is swimming, and I've had walking. I like to do Zumba, so cardio and kind of a strength plan. I've got kind of a plan for that. I'm on a 3-week training mission though right now to go to get the best possible health I can for surgery reasons. So now I'm not really trying to work on weight loss, but trying to, make sure I decrease my aerobic stamina. I've increased my protein shake intake to 2 a day instead of one, so that I can kind of go ahead and have that, make sure I get all my vitamins and all that kind of good stuff. The other thing I did is I decided to try to work on the spiritual, mental, emotional aspect of all this. I have checked into Overeaters Anonymous, and they have groups here. They also have them online. Is part of that kind of system goes the idea of making amends, and I wanted to make amends actually to the airlines. Um, there was a discussion about a year back about the whole idea of seatbelt extenders, and some people were admitting they had taken these from planes, and I actually did. I actually had two, and I booked a flight on a particular airline to get to my mother for the primary purpose of returning the seatbelt. And what I did is I actually wrote a letter, and I wrote the letter explaining, why I had taken it, how embarrassing it is to have to ask for it, and now I didn't need it, but that the flight attendants who um, are kind of empathetic about the situation really are appreciated, but sometimes they can act a little irate about it, and you're putting them out, and how that's probably the reason why I took it, and that's maybe the reason why other people do also. So I took a picture of all that, and I'm going to attach it here. Then the other thing I attached a picture of, had the military ball a couple weeks ago, and that was a great time to buy a new dress. This is my third military ball that I've actually gone to, and the last two times I wore my wedding dresses that were size 26, 28, something like that, because I could fit into it and it was fancy, and I really didn't care. So I'm including the first picture from 2 years ago, 2008, and you can see how I didn't do my hair or makeup or anything because I just didn't care. And this time I went and got my hair styled. I went to Nordstrom's to buy a dress. One of the main reasons is because here in Alaska we don't have many stores. We don't have Macy's, we don't have Belts or things like that. So Nordstrom's is kind of it, high end wise, I guess, and bought a nice dress. So I thought I would include a picture of that. So I will let you all know how the appeal goes, and I'll do my official before surgery picture um, along with